Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Peppy Peterson here, still at the RV Florida Super Show in Tampa, and this week we're going to go over some great tips on what to look for when you're buying your RV, as well as check out the rest of the show because it is a big show. And of course there's the Airstreams. You got your classic travel trailers, but they're also now making these pretty nice looking Class Bs. You can see if we can check out one of these Class Bs. Actually, that's a really nice looking seat. It feels very nice too. But they do a good job. You got your bed back there with a little TV, like most of them. Air conditioner in the midst of the vehicle. Little kitchenette. Bathroom with a little, look at that little door, a little window. Makes you feel like you're on a boat or something. Wet bath. So, all pretty similar, you know. If you're looking to get something, what you should really do your research on is the brand that you are going to think does the best job making it. And, you know, depending on what you want. Everybody's going to be different. All right, here we got the Newmar RVs. These guys patented for the first one particular type of slide. And it's a very nice slide system that they patented.
I do want that override switch on my step.
Check out that big driving seat. Pretty. You can see there's a TV under there. Check out how the slide comes over this. So you get this whole feel that this stays out. And again, I love that. The windows by the kitchen area. Look at that sink, oh my gosh.
I said the first thing I come in,
you guys hungry?
I look at the coaches where I'm going to put the kitty litter. I said very few people worry about kitty litter.
Oh sure.
And a coach.
Hey, those that do wear usually get shot.
I have to have like a spot.
Very slick looking.
Like this was a touch darker than ours. Yeah, just a little bit.
Hey Joe, how we doing? Just now.
Got the bathroom in there. Look at that wood seat.
That's just like fall.
Just like fall, yeah.
Even the drain is kind of unique looking.
I already jumped in.
Wow, check out that his and hers. Just a touch of luxury, right? Very nice.
I don't. See, all these refrigerators look. Jane doesn't like the fact that there's no big
Now,
hanging
I didn't
closet in the
realize
back.
that piece that stays out.
But all the
I thought it
refrigerators
was one of
do
those
look
ones
small.
that you unlocked and you slid in with.
So there's no.
You know that
Great window space.
No, it doesn't go in.
Oh my gosh, look at the width on this. Slides on both sides, and those mirrors just make it seem like it goes on forever. Wow. This feels like, you know, bigger than a fifth wheel. Which personally, I think fifth wheels feel bigger than RVs, motorhomes, sorry. Yes, I know that RV includes fifth wheels and motorhomes and travel trailers and all that, but sometimes I just say RV for motorhome and I'm wrong. But I do know, I know I am. Pretty. Man, look at these. Look at the luxury. You can see the slide. It's a full-length slide. That is a pretty smooth looking slide. You know, normally there'd be a bump, but this one's very smooth. Here we are again. Look, I wore my 100K camping shirt. I put that shirt out when I passed 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Here's the closet back here. I mean, nice. Look at that. It doesn't feel, I don't feel like I'm in an RV. Like if I lived in this, it definitely feels like a house. It feels very, very solid, you know, and very large and luxurious. Man, I love going through these. I hope you guys are enjoying the video as well. Here we are with the dark color, different color. Oh man, that is like a really nice floor. Oh my gosh, look how pretty that is. Wow, man, I'm just, this is beautiful. Yeah, Newmar is one of those brands that is, they've done some pretty good stuff to stay ahead of the game of their competitors by making some of the insulation a little bit thicker and you know, the slide system that they originally patented. I don't know if they're using that nowadays, but they're kind of known to be a pretty sturdy RV. I think probably slightly cheaper on the expensive end, you know what I mean? So they kind of get that, you know. And again, I don't know if that is, you know, 2019, is it the same? Did they get bought out last month? I don't know. So we've been looking at the King Airs. There's a London Air over here. There's a Mountain Air. They used to make these in fifth wheels, Mountain Air. Oh, they don't have the London Airs open. Maybe these ones down here are London Air. So brands will have, you know, different tiers, like King Air, Mountain Air, London Air, and one will be a little bit higher in luxury than the other. So you might find a brand you like, you know, and then there's tiers within that, or, you know, there's even tiers within the brands, and it's very complex. Lots of saturation of options. Here we've got a London Air. We'll check this out. Sometimes you can tell by going in one which is the higher tier, and I think this might be a step higher than the Mountain or the King Air. Look at that! Oh my God, look at that! I don't even know what you call that. Isn't that beautiful? It's too bad they don't have the lights on, but you can see how, of course, it's going to be beautiful with their lights on. You know, just look at that light. I don't even know what that would look like turned on. Wow. Oh, I thought this was like a dog door. Yeah, man, look at that. Look at that bathroom. It's a step up into the back of the bathroom. Big shower here. Closets back there. His and her sinks. You got more of this ornate stuff on the roof in the back. Yeah, so I'm guessing London Air might be above King Air. Anyway, regardless, it's still fun to go through. Look at these beautiful vehicles. The other thing is, if you're looking for an RV, don't just go to a RV dealer, because they only deal certain brands. So you need to figure out what brands you want to see, then go to those specific dealers. This is the, what is this, the base? Oh, this is the Dutch Star. So like I was saying, there's tiers. They've got those ones tiered with air, and then they've got Star, Bay Star, Dutch Star, you know, and those are all different tiers. Pretty floors. Looks very similar, right? Maybe a little fatiguing to go through so many, but you can see how if you were looking for them, you'd see which tiers you like, and then within that which floor plans you like. And the floor plans are going to be the same in different brands even. So like in fifth wheels you have living up front versus living in the back, and a lot of the brands will do this very similar floor plans. So really what it boils down to, like I said before, is finding the brand that you think you can trust, that you want to go with. and of course read heavily into reviews. So these are so cool. These come on toy haulers. So you can have a toy hauler that's either a travel trailer or a fifth wheel. But actually, it was at one booth they had a Class A toy hauler, which was kind of unique. But the great thing about the toy haulers is this is a ramp that comes down. Toy hauler means you can haul your toys. So you can haul your motorcycles or toys, right? The four-wheelers and stuff. So the ramp comes down and that's how you get it in and out. So the area in there is kind of called the garage area. But what's cool that you can do with the ramp, makes a patio. And then they even got the fencing on it so you can put your dogs out there. So they have these that go on the back, and they have them that the ramp goes down on the side. So that is pretty cool to have a patio. But the only downside is it's usually on the toy haulers, and we'll go look at that one. The toy haulers often feel smaller in space. It doesn't really feel like the best living situation. It's more of a go out for the weekend situation, because they'll kind of cram everything to the front, so you got the back garage space. See how that doesn't look like a regular living? But it is cool because these are beds or seats, and they can raise up and down. So that's a very cool feature. And often in the bigger fifth wheels, or even the travel trailers that are very long, toy haulers, the back garage will be a room. So you have like this massive room that you wouldn't normally have in an RV. See here, you can see it's not real, but on their higher tier, it might be real. It's a nice big bathroom area. Little teeny tiny bedroom. Okay, here's a really, really long travel trailer. You can see it's up, that's the front, and then it goes all the way back here. So there's gonna be 2 bedrooms probably. They've got sliding glass door here, it's kind of cool. There you got your living space. Yeah, when you have these big windows, I think it's more for a lot of the ones that like to promote, living in them regularly. They have those big windows. Oh, and this is the little den. I can't remember what these are called, but it's kind of cool because it's a whole other bedroom. That's a jackknife, and some of them will have a TV there. This has 2 doors, another bathroom, and then a bedroom in the back. So it's pretty spacious. If you want, that's 2 bedrooms, yeah. But it feels, like it's got more bedrooms because you got a bigger living space. This one's got a door right into the bathroom. We got that den. Check it out, jackknife. This folds down, it's also a bed. Those are beds, you got beds up there. So if you have a bunch of kids, these ones with these rooms, I can't remember what those are called, but they're pretty convenient. I looked at these and I thought it would be a good office, when I was looking for my RV, my fifth wheel. The only thing that I found, when they put the extra effort into those separate rooms, you don't have a good feeling in the living space. Like this is your living space, right? And it just doesn't feel like, a living room you want to hang out in. This one has the feel of kind of being thrown together. I'm not going to show a brand on it. The other thing that you want to think about too, if you're going to get a trailer, right? So let's say you already have a truck. You need to figure out if you want to have a fifth wheel or travel trailer. This is a travel trailer style where it hooks onto the hitch on the bumper of your truck, right? Well, it's not exactly the bumper. And then the fifth wheel is like this, where it goes into the bed of your truck. The fifth wheels are safer and more stable. But then you have to deal with the pin weight. How heavy is that in your truck? Because you might have like a 150 or 250 that can pull something the same length as a fifth wheel that you cannot, because of the weight that goes into the bed of your truck. So you need to figure out, do you have a truck that you can pull a fifth wheel with? And if so, how heavy can it be? Or can you go longer with a travel trailer? And I just liked the I liked the fifth wheel because it feels like a home. All right, I want to look through these. This brand literally brands themselves on being full-time luxury living for baby boomers. That's like that. You go to their website and it says exactly that. So these guys are made for full-time living. In fact, yeah, they have a peephole. It's the only one that does it. It's genius. Why do you want to look out? You know, you don't want to open your door if somebody's coming. So to have that peephole is great. Oh, no, okay. This is a fifth wheel front living. See how the living is up here? In many of them, and I don't know if it started with all of them, the bedroom was upstairs. But this is a kind, it's getting more popular, where you have the living space up here. And I think it is so cute. The only thing you have to think about is, in your living space, you have the smaller ceiling. Whereas normally in the back, you'd have the 12-foot ceiling. And what's cool about this, you can see into the kitchen. And this one is actually a raised bed, which means they've got storage underneath. So I think this was like my favorite one, where you have the kitchen that's lower, the living room up front, and then even the bed is raised. That gives you so much space below here. Yeah, so this Redwood is probably one of the brands that I kind of thought did the best job at marketing themselves for a niche, which was full-time living, which many of them do not say you can live full-time. You know, it gets so shoddy that it breaks down. Full-time luxury living, so you get like the nicer stuff, real metal, these guys, and little details. That's probably metal or glass back there. And then they said it's for baby boomers, which means they're going to raise the price. That's what that means. But this is my suggestion. What I found, the best thing you can do is buy a good RV used, get a good brand, and see if you can find that one used. So I would have gotten one of these if I could. And then used, it's going to be like half the price. I got mine. I bought it from a couple who unfortunately were in a very bad situation, and they had to get rid of it kind of right away. So I got it for a smoking deal. I mean, I got it for a deal you can't get a crappy RV for new. Here we have another Redwood. See, this is the traditional living in the back with the tall ceilings. And then the bedroom is up front. See how the shorter ceiling space. The last one was, the living room was up there. So, and they got the fireplace, and never buy an RV, like I said before, because of the look of something, or because, oh, it has a fireplace. Yeah, buy it for the bones and the durability and reviews. Okay, one more of these ones. Some of them are just so fun. You got a little wine thing there, wine cooler. Pretty living room. I mean, look at this kitchen. Does anybody oppose this kitchen? I know who opposes it. It's the current van dwellers that oppose this kitchen because it's too big. But it is nice for me. I love it. Look, they've even got a little. I guess it's a whole bar area because they got a little sink. These little guys. These look a little 70s to me. Bedroom slide. You know, looks like all of them. Got some storage back there. Oh, that's kind of a nice size storage. You can actually stand in it. The other thing is, check it out. That is a spot for a generator. And if you, my must-have was a generator, and in a fifth wheel, and that's really rare. But I found one, and you know, it all worked out. But if you get your generator later and have it installed, it can cost $10,000. Whereas if you bought a new one, it would be like, you know, $3,000 to have it new and put in. Oh, and I've seen these too where they have this little archway, and check out that living space. It's just, I mean, isn't that cool? I feel like I'm walking into a fancy hotel in like the Colorado ski area or something. Like, this is probably plastic, but it looks real and it's lightweight. The size of that TV. Yeah, don't buy an RV on the size of the TV. But look at how beautiful this is. This is why I love the fifth wheels. Plus they pull easy. They're not as dangerous as the travel trailers that hook onto the lower hitch on a truck. Go check out the bedroom. Standard bath. Standard bed. What is this? Ah, okay. Oh, this is washer dryer then. Yep, that's washer dryer. Or whatever else you want to put in there. A big safe. You know what? I've never actually heard of these names. Your average RV. Shower. You look. First thing I think of is, hey, somebody can lay on the bed and watch you shower, or vice versa. Oh, the layouts. Yeah, the other thing about buying used is you can spend the same amount of money that you would buying a new, smaller model. You can get used nicer stuff. So, you know, if you go back like 4 years, it's still going to look really good. Mine is a 2014, so that's now 5 years old. And what I could have bought new for that price is really crappy compared to actually what I paid. So that's something to always keep in mind as well. Another reason to do your research before just going and looking at these ones at dealers and stuff is because you get tired. They have big lots. I'm kind of getting tired feet right now, but it's still fun. Back into the luxury. Look at this. Man, these Class A's are really stepping it up. Residential fridge. So you have options if you buy it new, well, or if you buy it used, you'll have to look for the option you prefer. But you have residential refrigerators, and then you have your gas run refrigerators. My other must-have when I was looking was a gas refrigerator. I wanted the ability to not have to be plugged in, and it runs on gas. And what I love about mine is I didn't even know when I got it, but I was so excited to find out when I unplugged electric, the refrigerator immediately switched over to gas. So it doesn't waste 1 second of, you know, being unplugged or turned off. In these residential fridges, it's just like a fridge in your home. The other thing about the residential fridges is they can't rock as much. They're not made to take the movement of an RV. So, you know, if you're on pretty smooth roads, it's okay, but they don't, in the long run, handle that movement of RVs. So, but the great thing about them is they do tend to be cooler or more stable. My gas one, even when I'm plugged into electric, it doesn't make the freezer as cold, and sometimes it makes the refrigerator like too cold. So maybe that's the trade-off, right? But it's still enough. It's still cold enough. It's still frozen enough. And I just like the ability of not having to be plugged in or run my generator. Because if you have one of these and you want to boondock and not be plugged in, then you have to run your generator to keep it turned on. Man, I can't help but note again on these amazing driving seats. The other thing about like an RV versus a fifth wheel is the seating when you're driving. And my RV, my 1992 RV, mind you, there wasn't anything like this. It was very uncomfortable. I could only go forward and backward and then, you know, tilt. And I was always having a sore back. Of course, I just put a video out complaining about my sore back when I drive my truck, but at least the truck is made a little bit more for changing to try to, you know, get it a little more comfortable. So one of the things that you can consider for, hey, what's the quality like, is different mechanisms for slides. That's one thing. So for example, they have this old original way of slides, and it's got these cables. Well, it's really lightweight, but trying to find the diplomatic way to say, I avoided all of these cable slides. I wouldn't get anyone with a cable slide, but it doesn't mean that there's not great RVs with that. And maybe the great deal you find used that's a fabulous one has that. So, but I was very weary of the cables. The hydraulic and electric were kind of my preferred ones. Hydraulic, of course, is going to be a lot heavier. So yeah, you can see all these cables. Here we have a, is that front? No, this is back living, but it's raised. So that's kind of a cool feel. Everybody sits around and looks at each other. But it is quaint. I was very keen on these. I liked the format. And again, all like a lot of the different brands have that. You know, it's not one brand, one make that does that. The other thing about the slides is, see, this one's also got two doors to the bedroom, or the bathroom, which is kind of cool. But with the slides, you might find that one RV has actually 2 or 3 types of slide mechanisms. So if you only have one with a cable, it's a little not so bad. But good luck replacing a cable on your slide if you need to. That's kind of a crazy business. It's doable. So when you have that back living that's raised like that, this is the extra storage space you get in the back, in the fifth wheel. Normally the fifth wheels, you know, tend to have their extra storage up front. But with that raised back, you get all that extra storage, which is kind of cool. So you got to be careful. The other thing you need to look at is how much extra can your RV take. Those travel trailers, they can't take much extra weight. The fifth wheels can. I was kind of finding in general, totally in general, rule of thumb, if it's a travel trailer, you can add about 1,000 pounds. If it's a fifth wheel, you can add about 2,000. Total general rule of thumb. But that was something I was thinking of because, you know, I wasn't sure at the time if I was going to put all my solar stuff over to the new one. But the entire solar setup was about 800 pounds. That gave me not much room of play for anything else. Clothes, bedding. It's amazing how fast it adds up. Here we got some more custom ones. Like I said, I always love looking at the custom ones. First, check out this bin space. That's a nice, good space. Normally this would be closed off and the generator and batteries would be up there. But it looks like you can do that yourself if you want to. Got the nice stairs. Oh yeah, it's a little bit of luxury. Look out, the windows in the back. That's kind of cool. The only downside of having like what could be one window in 3 windows is all the shades. Every morning I have to go around and open all my shades. First world problems, right? But still, it's a lot of time. So if you got these little windows, it could be one window. It's a little bit extra time. But look at this. This might be the, what is it, Corel or something. This feels like a real countertop. Residential fridge. That's a really nice size bathroom. That is nice size. Pretty. You know what? One of my other things I really wanted, but I couldn't get in the end, remember the generator and something else I had to have. My other wish that I didn't get was a king size bed, and there's so many with queen size, but anyway, I didn't get that. Can't have everything, right? Eat your cake too. Yeah, nice bin space. Oh man, you can put your kids down there if they're being naughty.
Right. A whole different.
Yeah, but you would. But we
take care of things because you.
Well, I don't
around
deal
it.
with it.
I was going to say.
Look at the detail on these.
And you know,
This extra detail.
Realize how much
I think it's actually wood too.
you have to count it into their head. No matter
Little space up top.
Pop-up or $2 million Prevo, they take maintenance.
You have to
And
take
the
care of it.
maintenance is what's going to allow this.
Window
to
by the
last.
kitchen. I love that.
Probably make my money so I can buy it.
Pretty. And again, remember, this is a custom one. You know, they do special things. They make it really nice. So your RV doesn't look like everybody else's. If you can afford that. And some people, that's what they want. That's their number one. Not a generator. It's that it doesn't look like everybody else's. And that's fine. To each their own.
My resolution.
Here you can see another garage opened up. Oh, the other thing about, I was talking about the generators in fifth wheels. Well, almost all of the toy haulers, they do have generators. In fact, they even have gas tanks to fill up your toys. So they have that, right? Like almost all of these toy haulers that are fifth wheels, they look like fifth wheels, you know, but they're just toy haulers because they have that extra garage and usually another axle of wheels. They have the generator. The thing that I didn't like about that was, you know, again, like I said, toy haulers don't have that nice living space. It doesn't really feel like that good of a living space. And this one's called Full House. You can see already they have two entryways. Yeah, the toy haulers usually have 2 entryways, so this is a toy hauler. So this is that back garage. And both of these go flat. They're jackknives. So they go flat, and then they can separately raise or together, you know, to make a platform high or low. And then that flips down. That's a little fencing around the patio. But see, it's kind of a cool thing if you want to have like a wood studio, you know, something like that. And then you got your living space up front. See, that what I didn't like about the toy haulers, well, I love that there's an extra room, but this living area, it feels small. This is your living room right here. It doesn't have that open feel to me. You know, the living room looks at the kitchen. It's still very pretty, but I just didn't feel it was like that's not like a relaxing spot, you know. But they are cool to have that feature of being a toy hauler. Pretty much all toy haulers, you're going to need a dually. So, and they're more expensive because they have a 3rd axle, and they got a gas tank, and they got all the mechanisms in the back for the toys and the raising stuff. They're just a little more expensive. So if you don't really need a garage and you can do away with that and have better living space, it's better to get a 5th wheel, regular 5th wheel. But some of these toy haulers will have a separate bathroom. That's kind of cool. If you got kids, I wouldn't need a separate bathroom. Here we have front living, the cute front living. Yeah, so remember I was trying to remember the name of that little space where they have those extra beds that are sometimes in the middle of the RV, and they're sometimes in the back where you can sleep like 4 kids in one little area. That's called the bunk. And then when you have front living and then the back bedroom is raised as well, that's called den. It's a den in the back. So this is not a den, but okay, this is interesting. You stand here and see in the bedroom, and through the bathroom into the bedroom. Got some high ceilings in the bathroom, kind of gives a nice open, airy feel. Standard bedroom. I'm not a fan of the lighter wood, but I'd still live in it if somebody gave it to me. Love that front living, is very cute. Kind of a tight kitchen area, but all right. Something else that you might want to consider if you're buying an RV is what kind of jacks does it have, or if it has jacks. You definitely, if you're getting a 5th wheel, it has to have jacks in the front. Otherwise, you know, it'd be on the ground. But there's a couple things. One, there's hydraulic, which is maybe the better one, which I liked, or there's the manual one. And then the other thing about it, see how this one has 6? Some of them will only have 4. So if you have 6 and hydraulic, you kind of have the highest, bestest of the jacks. That is interesting with the living space in the middle, kitchen in the back. It's kind of interesting how they separate the kitchen. That's nice. Yeah, look at that. And then bedroom up front. His and hers. That's kind of cool to have that long window in the bedroom. You can, you know, see outside. Sometimes the downside of RVs is there's certain parts of your RV that you have a hard time seeing outside. So more windows the merrier. You know, something else that to keep in mind if you're looking for an RV is, does it have single pane or double pane? And don't let a salesperson tell you that double pane sucks, because it doesn't, it's better. I had a sales guy try to tell me that double windows, there's a gas in them to help them insulate. Oh, with the movement, it'll let the gas out. Well, maybe it will. But still, even if there's no gas in there, the sun shining on two different panes is still going to be more efficient than one. So it's going to be more insulated. Here we have a front living. Living room up in the front. Very cute. Kitchen down here. Basic bedroom. They put that up there, then they can charge you $5,000 extra because it looks fancy. I don't know if they do that, but I wouldn't be surprised. These are very common now, having TVs outside, sound system outside. Some of them will even have little kitchens outside. Check out those steps. It's kind of interesting storage niche. This one's looking a little more luxe. Pretty backsplash. Oh, look where they put the TV. That's kind of interesting. That's a nice place to get it out of the way. And then over here, you know, you got your multiple seating options, and then the TVs, you know, they look at the TV. Look, this reminds me of like Florida style. Toilet on the left, sink on the right. Pretty lighting above the bed. Don't ever just buy an RV because of pretty lighting over the bed or, you know, something like that. Seriously, do your research, you know, and if you're looking to buy something new, you should go to the factory and watch them made. And that actually might sway you to not buy, or maybe buy from them to see. There's so many RVs, and to make so many, they have to be put out very quickly. So some of them, you know, are really thrown together, and then others aren't. And that goes with brands as well as tiers within a brand. So there's that as well. Very complex, very, very many options. You know, the other thing about if you're looking to buy is brands get bought up by other brands. So you might have thought, oh, you know, back in the day, such and such brand was really great. But nowadays it's probably not the same people running it, it's not the same procedures, and it could just be a name on a shell of different RVs that they put out. So here we have Fleetwood. Fleetwood used to be the RV that they were the first ones to put the full floor plan above the bins underneath, like Ria Rada, my old RV. And so for a few years, everybody's like, oh, what's Fleetwood going to do? But now they're a different brand. They're just, the name was bought. It's a brand. And now it's under different everything, so it's not quite the same as what it used to be. So be careful about taking
I'll be right back.
stuff you heard about brands or whatever in the past might not actually equate to nowadays. Well, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show as much as I did, and I hope you got a lot of tips and information and ideas for what to look for when you buy your RV. I'd like to thank my patrons listed below for helping to make this video possible and continuing to support the channel's efforts in future projects. Be sure to check out the channel's merch shop for RV-related merchandise, tops, tanks, hoodies, sportswear for men and women to show your Epiphany's pride. You can also follow the channel on Facebook and Instagram for more content. May the road rise up to meet you.